Okay, so believe it or not, I am still alive. It has been a bit since I've made a video, and just due to life circumstances, I've been unable to meet a consistent upload schedule. But guess what, boys? I am back. Not only am I back, you may have noticed that my microphone doesn't sound like it's being gargled by an 80s microwave. I now have better equipment than I did before the break. However, this isn't a video about my miraculous second coming to YouTube. This is a video about the future of this channel. I want to know what few of you left want to see. I know I have been doing the same DRG content I have for a long time. I had branched out in my most recent videos. Recent. Um, that doesn't mean that I will just stop and never do one again. If you guys want to see more Deep Rock Galactic content, let me know. Tell me, leave a comment, and I will happily return to making those videos. I'm sure in my absence that there is more content for me to cover, hopefully. If there's something else you guys want to see, tell me. I want to hear from you guys, and I want to give you guys a product that you want to see. So please tell me what you want. And I may not get to everyone right away, but I promise I read and respond to most comments on my videos. Y'all are real good about policing me and my content, which I always appreciate. In the meantime, I do have a video about a certain game today. You may have wondered what has been happening in the background, and that, my friends, is a little game called Dominion. So, what is Dominion all about? I don't know about you, but I have a crippling addiction to fantasy medieval content and gambling. This happens to satiate both of these desires. Dominion is a deck building game that changes every time you play it, meaning no two games should be alike. The whole premise of the game is to get more victory points than your opponent before the game ends. How do you do this? Well, honestly, any way you damn please. Essentially, how this game works is this. Your deck starts out with 10 cards. 7 are copper, 3 are estate. What do these do? Copper is used to buy cards, and estates contribute to the previously mentioned victory points. Now you start with 5 of these 10 cards in your hand. You can use your coppers to either buy higher value treasures or action cards. Now this is where the fun begins. You see, there are a random assortment of action cards and some other types every time you start a game. Now in the base game, you have a pretty simple mix of 10 action cards or other assorted cards. It does not remain like this for long. For you see, for as many DLCs that you have, it will randomly draw one from each enabled DLC, and if you enable enough, you will have a Technicolor rainbow of cards in front of you. Now, I could take my time and explain each and every type of card, but that would be really fucking boring. Instead, we're just gonna play a hand. See, we start with 3 copper and 2 estates. What do we do with our pennies? We buy nickels. What do we do with nickels? We buy mercenaries. Now, you may notice the swords on the card. This is because when we play this, we affect the other players. We force them to discard down to 3 and profit off their tears. Now, you may wonder why I bought the Crankshack. Don't worry, this will be important later. See, we use our mercenaries to buy more customers. This goblin creature is an important part of the plan. Right now, we are limited by 2 things, the amount of cards in our hand and the amount of things we can do in a turn. See, we start with 5 cards, and we're stuck with that hand unless we can draw more. We also only have 1 action, meaning we can only play 1 action card, and we can only buy 1 thing. This is where Los Pollos Hermanos comes in. This lets us draw 2 additional cards from our deck. After we've created the supply, it's time we meet the demand. As a friend of mine says, it's festival gaming time. Now, Festival solves the second half of our issue. It lets us play more, buy more, and win even more. Now, the cycle begins. We want to flex on the poor by playing so many action cards on your opponent that they can't even play a hand. Get used to that sound effect. It means you're winning. Now, winning occurs when the game ends and you have more victory points than your opponent. But how you end the game may dictate your strategy. The game ends by you either emptying 3 of the supply piles, meaning exhausting 3 of the piles of cards, or all the provinces are emptied, which are the cards with the most victory points on them. Now, I know this is a very quick introduction to the game, but I also know that you guys probably aren't expecting me to play a card game on this channel. Honestly, I made this for all of you who have stuck around this long to say that I am back, and to give you a little entertainment while I figure out what the future looks like for Shrinkbait. If this is something that interests you, like the video and leave a comment. If not, tell me what you guys want, and I will provide. I started up a Twitch, and I plan to stream there on occasion, and I promise I will be making some good content in the upcoming weeks. Like I said before, leave any comments or suggestions on my video, and I'll check them out. I'm excited to start up again, and expect a new video within a week. And remember, I always come back.